heading into this year's playoffs, not a lot of people viewed the Lakers as a serious threat to go on a deep playoff run and potentially win the finals. Now, even though I do love LeBron James and I thought that they had serious upset potential against the Grizzlies, I was still doubtful about them making it past the second round, but here they are. They now find themselves in the conference finals against my team, the Denver Nuggets, and they have proved me wrong. And in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and admit that I was wrong about the Lakers and break down how they were able to turn around their season and just prove so many people like myself wrong. Now, with that, before we do get started, of course, hit that like button if you guys end up enjoying it, since it really does help out the channel. And of course, subscribe if you guys are new and you guys do enjoy this type of content. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this video started. First off, let's get LeBron James out of the way. Now, I will admit, I do think LeBron James has been on like a slight decline this year, but it's a very small one. It's not like he's going from like a top 10 player to like a guy who's barely a top 100 player in the league. It's not like that. But, you know, LeBron James, I think it mostly just has to do with the fact that his efficiency can be a little bit inconsistent. And along with that, I do think his three-point shooting has really fallen off a cliff this year. I mean, the regular season, he was shooting like 32%. And in the playoffs, it's been like 30%. So, yeah, his three-point shooting has not been great this year. And I do wish his efficiency would be more consistent. But that said, he can still drop 25 points on any given night. And he's really good at scoring inside the arc, and as a playmaker, he's still among the best players in the league when it comes to that. And as a defender, I think he can be pretty solid at that end. It's not like he's 2013 LeBron or anything like that, but he's no liability on that side of the ball. And of course, we know that without LeBron James, the Lakers would not be in this position right now. And you know, we've heard it so many times, and I think we all know by now that LeBron James is still really good, despite the fact that he's like, what, 38 years old or so. So, yeah, but he's been really good in the playoffs, and there really isn't much else to say about LeBron James besides the fact that he's still, you know, one of the league's best players right now at age 38. Now, LeBron's co-star, Anthony Davis, he's gotten a lot of flack in the past for being so injury-prone, and injuries have definitely been the main gripe with him as a player. And, you know, for the most part, like, not only just his time in LA, but also, like, his whole entire career. But that said, I think he's done a really good job staying healthy this year. He was really good for them in the regular season, and in the playoffs, I'll admit he can be kind of inconsistent offensively, but that said, AD has been, you know, very good for the Lakers, and I like the way he has played offensively. He's really good scoring inside the paint and just really good as a play finisher and just a great scorer overall. And defensively, that man is one of the best defenders in the league. He has been leading the Lakers to, you know, one of the best defenses in the whole NBA, which has been a big reason why they have turned around their season. And AD, you know, simply put, is just amazing on that side of the ball. So, yeah, AD, I got to give him a lot of credit for being able to stay on the floor this year, and also the way he has played again. I do want to see him be more consistent, but that said, you know, AD has been extremely good for the Lakers, and I mean, I think we all know that unless you're just like a mega AD hater. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say for him. Now, besides those two stars, we should talk about some of the role players, because after all, you do need good role players if you do want to go on a deep title run like the Lakers. One of the main reasons why they were able to turn around their season was their trade deadline. They absolutely aced it. I love their trade deadline when it actually, back in February, and you know, it's really paying off right now. The biggest W by far was moving on from Russell Westbrook. Russ last year in 2022 was just absolutely awful. He was an absolute pain to watch. Anytime you saw him last year, you just wanted to just spray your eyes with bleach. This year, when he was on the Lakers, it wasn't quite as bad, but that said, still was not great. And simply put, he wasn't a very good fit, and I think we all know that. And they somehow found a way to move off of him at the deadline, and it's really paid off. Russ, he actually kind of bounced back with the Clippers, and the Lakers have been playing a really good basketball ever since they moved on from him. And getting on to the actual players that they did acquire, they got Rui Hachimura for essentially a bag of chips. Now, I can understand why they got Rui for that low of a price, but he has been a really good scorer off the bench. Jared Vanderbilt has been a tremendous defensive forward for them, and he is a massive reason why LA is one of the best defensive teams in the whole NBA ever since that trade deadline. It's not just AD. Jared Vanderbilt, I'll admit, offensively, he's nothing special as a player. He's mostly just like a play finisher and lob threat. But defensively, that man is phenomenal, and he is absolutely phenomenal. He's also a Nuggets legend. I do believe he actually played on the Nuggets like way back in 2018. So yeah, anyways, besides that, let's talk about D'Lo. D'Lo is now back in LA. Now, ever since Brooklyn, he's had a very weird career. Of course, he went to the Warriors in that sign and trade during the 2019 offseason, spends half a season there, gets traded to Minnesota. And then in Minnesota, he spends a few seasons there. He has his moments, but, with the Wolves this year, he was not good at all. And I think the Wolves made the right decision trading him. And ever since D'Lo returned to the City of Angels, he has actually been, kind of solid. Now, in the regular season, he was very good. Playoffs, though, I got to admit, he's been streaky. And I do want to see him be more consistent if LA does want to really finish the job and win a title. But that said, D'Lo, he hasn't been, horrible for the Lakers, and I do think he does deserve credit for how they were able to turn around their season. And ever since these acquisitions, the Lakers went from 20th in defensive rating to 3rd. So, yeah, again, the Lakers, that trade deadline was absolutely amazing. Now, a few other guys I do want to go over include Austin Reeves. He's really come into his own this year, and I know a lot of random Lakers players get unwarranted hype, and it can be really annoying, but Austin Reeves, I gotta admit, I really like the guy, and I mean, he has like a nice personality, he's likable, and he also has a really good backstory, and is also a really solid player. He's been good for them in the regular season and in the playoffs. Hopefully for the Lakers' sake that they can retain him in free agency, since I do think he is a free agent this offseason. You got Dennis Schroeder, who's been fine for them, giving them some scoring and playmaking. And lastly, you got Lonnie Walker, who in the first half of the year, he was getting a good amount of playing time, and when the Lakers were shaky, he was one of their few bright spots outside of guys like LeBron and AD. However, ever since the trade deadline, he's been getting significantly less playing time, but that said, he's had some very solid moments for them, like that one game where he scored 15 off the bench in the 4th quarter, and I believe like Game 4 against the Warriors in that second round series. So yeah, really what I gotta say for Lonnie Walker. Now, regardless if the Lakers win this series or not, or regardless if they don't even have to win the championship this year for it to be a success. I mean, they started off the season 2-10, and before the season started, a lot of people doubted if LA would even make the play-in or the playoffs or anything like that. Now, I thought Los Angeles would be like a play-in playoff contender, but again, I didn't think they would make it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. But yeah, they started off their season 2-10, but they seriously turned it around. I mean, it looked like they would miss the play-in at one point in the season, but they made it to the playoffs as a 7 seed. And they're now in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, if you ask me, that's a good season. They really exceeded their expectations, and they did it in a really miraculous way. So, yeah, man, I really do love to see it, even though I am a Nuggets fan. I mean, LeBron James is my favorite player of all time, and, I am happy to see him succeed, and I love it when he does. I always root for him to win, unless he's playing against my team, and unfortunately, he is playing against my team, so sorry Laker fans and sorry LeBron James fans. I'm going to have to root against him, but I think you guys understand. But yeah, man, the Lakers, I was wrong about them. I do apologize for doubting you guys before the playoffs started. They have had an amazing season, and you know, the best part is they got a whole offseason to make some additions to the roster and go on another deep playoff run in 2024 before LeBron James does unfortunately, like, presumably leave, since the last year of his career is going to be with Bronny James and whatever team he's on. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. Again, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff, and of course check me out on social media. The links to my Twitter and Instagram are in the description below. But without further ado, I'm out, you guys.